Let's start with your reading, Scorpio.
Today, we are going to take a look into your situation, what you're going through, and the messages that you should hear about today. Also, as I usually say, keep in mind that the energies go both ways. Feel free to interpret the direction of the messages as it best resonate with your own personal situation, okay? Now, let's begin with your main message. Okay. I see you right here, first of all, with this Two of Pentacles, very, very busy. You are right now really taking care of a lot of things around you, your work, your family, your friends, anything that depends on you right now is definitely receiving a lot of energy and attention from you. And honestly, this is your element. This is what you do best. This is what you usually do. But this time, there is something added to the picture. It feels like you're not just keeping yourself busy physically, but you're keeping yourself busy also emotionally. In fact, with this Six of Cups reversed, it feels as though part of the reason why you are like this right now is also because you're working hard to overcome something from the past. For some of you, this energy that you're trying to overcome is very strong. For some other of you is starting to weaken, but it's still there and it can still impact you and your decision making if you potentially give in to this energy. But instead, right now, you're being very, very strong, even if you don't know it. What you're doing is not letting your past influence your current energy, therefore, your future. You have clearly experienced some struggle and deep suffering, but you're not letting it impact your decision making today, not giving into the bitterness of it all. You're still managing to live in the present, which is one of the hardest things to do, especially coming from a situation where you struggled a lot. Potentially here, you're trying to keep an open heart, an open mind, even though it's not easy to do. And you are amazing for that. You should know this because often these type of fights, reaction are underrated. Whereas instead, these are the things that will make or break your future. It's very important to be in control like you are right now. And let's say it, this might have been a process. Maybe there have been many attempts to do this, moving on from this situation and moving on from what this has been. But what you should know also is that when the pain is really deep, you will have to let it go many times. It's just normal. It's just part of the process. Don't feel that because you were not able to immediately move on from this, then you're chained to this situation, this feeling for the rest of your life, because it's just not true. It's a process. Give yourself some time, give yourself a chance, especially considering that there is a major transformation here, something that will completely change the situation around, and something that potentially we'll see is going to create a new beginning for you. The Wheel of Fortune is talking about an event, a message, a offer, we'll see, that will come in at the perfect time. And it's going to make you feel really good. We'll see what this is. But before that, what is important to know about the current situation and upcoming events that you don't know about yet? There is something else here that we need to talk about. Let's see. Okay, now I see. All right, it's clear actually. And we have the Nine of Cups. Listen, what we see right away is that there is something that you have been wanting to say, or something that in a way you will be forced to say. The cards are saying, since we have the Queen of Swords, don't be afraid to speak your mind, because this will be the right time to really get this off your chest and to really move on from this. With or without this person, we'll see. Doesn't matter at the moment. This is the time for you to talk about your expectations, your truth, everything that you have been wanting to express that you haven't. But you have to remember to do it right. Why do I say that? In the past, with this Four of Cups, I see you saying things in a way that eventually you regret it. Maybe they were too strong or not even strong enough. And so there are things that you look back at and you're like, oh, I just wish that the situation was handled in a different way. And this is your time to really bring balance into that dynamic. Also, when it came to the other person, I see that their communication style, at times at least, especially when you would argue, would become very, very harsh. And it made you feel often that they didn't care about you. They didn't care about this. They didn't care about hurt you and push you away so far that maybe you would have never come back from that. And it's true that sometimes we don't even realize that half of what we want to say does not need to be said. Finding the difference in between ego reactions and helpful points that can help the situation and can help reaffirm your values and expectations is very important. The two are very, very different. Speaking your truth, like maybe they were doing in the past, does not mean speaking your ego. Overall, I see that when it comes to communication, you are not very confident with this person, at least, especially when it comes to initiating the conversation. You're afraid to maybe be too transparent, to say too much. But what comes next will really put you in a position where you'll be forced to do this, to speak your mind and say what you wanted to say. Right here, we see with the Three of Cups, some sort of reconciliation, you seeing this person or seeing someone you have been wanting to tell something. And this is more of a physical type of energy. It won't be impossible to just ignore this as if it was a notification, block this person. No, you're there. You gotta say something. You might as well say what you wanted to say. Communication is often underrated, but it's at the very base of every successful situation, connection in love, at work. Initiating communication also is about doing it at the right time. And the Wheel of Fortune is talking about something that it's going to happen in the right place at the right time. What is about to come up will really create the perfect conditions for you to take things to the next level for yourself. Okay? So, what would be the result of having this conversation, speaking your mind? We already see the Nine of Cups. Let's see what else we have coming up for you. There it goes. Oh, yes. This is perfect. This is absolutely perfect. We have the Page of Wands over here, Nine of Cups, as we said earlier, and the Ace of Swords. What does this mean? First of all, what we see is that this conversation will change everything. Everything for the situation, for the dynamic of the situation, for the other person potentially, but especially for you. You might not know this, but you are already at a turning point. The Wheel of Fortune has already said that. But right now, you see the lightning, you don't hear the thunder yet. The thunder is coming down here, okay? Now, what we see is that not only you'll feel better about yourself for having said what you wanted to say, you feel more true to yourself, but there is also an unexpected reaction, confirmation coming from the opposite side that it's going to blow your mind. Look at this. Right here, I just see you saying, That's exactly what I wanted you to say. That's exactly what I wanted to happen. And this person is going to behave that way. It's going to give you that satisfaction that we see every single time the Nine of Cups comes up. It's as if change and progress have always been just around the corner for you, but they have been stuck there because no one was initiating the movement, you or the other person. But the Wheel of Fortune is doing it for you. It's creating the conditions for this to happen in an unexpected way without having it planned. Okay, so we see right here that this will kickstart a new chapter, and all of a sudden you'll forget about that struggle. But again, this is in between feeling great but also feeling fearful, because now you're forced to face something that at first you were trying to ignore, you were trying to move past, because you didn't feel as though there was room for improvement there. But it looks like there is. And it looks like this is going to change things. But overall, I like this Nine of Cups over here, which talks about wish fulfillment, feeling good, feeling that things are working out in your favor. And how long has it been since you felt this way, especially when it came to this person, this situation? So we have a lot to look into overall here in these messages. Let's start clarifying in order to see what this conversation is going to be about. Let's see what you're going to say, what you should say, but also let's look into the person's reaction to see what you should expect from them and how this energy is going to evolve in the next few months. Why is this happening right now? Why is the Wheel of Fortune, the universe, forcing you to look into this, to handle this right now? Where is this going to take you next? Let's keep going with your messages and let's see what you should expect in terms of events coming up next. If you want to dive deeper into the messages with me, you can just follow me in the extended reading link below in the description box. Also, don't forget that every single week I randomly select viewers who have watched the extended video to offer them a 100% free personal live 30-minute reading. I send out emails every Monday morning. Make sure to check out your spam folder as well. Now, stay tuned for the extended preview coming right up after this. Welcome back to your extended reading, Scorpio. What we see right here is death, rebirth. And this is just a confirmation that whatever is coming in now was long overdue. This is clearly something that is talking about an event, an energy that has to happen right now for reasons that we'll have to find out. This is not happening randomly. I know that sometimes it's hard to believe, but it's true that nothing is random, and mainly because we can give it any meaning that we want to. And right now, it's all about giving it the right meaning. Why is this happening? Why is this happening right now? Is it fundamental? Is it important for this to happen right now? Is it important for your journey and where this is going to take you? Death Rebirth is talking about a major transformation, and it's followed by the Ten of Pentacles. So here we do see abundance. We do see a complete transformation in your environment, and we'll have to see what this will entail. So let's start clarifying, but let's start clarifying the messages starting from the conversation that is about to happen. So let's start by clarifying the Queen of Swords. Three of Pentacles. Oh, yes. I love you. Oh my God. This is absolutely amazing. And there is such a beautiful redemption moment here that will be triggered by something that you're going to say, and that it's going to make this person react in a way that you're not expecting, but they're not expecting at all either. So what are we seeing here? First of all, the card that